Hey mama, it is Celia from Bougie Mom Friends. If you are trying to find balance being an amazing mom while still trying to find time for you, you are in the right place. My co-host Cammie and I are here to talk about all of the things from trusting your instinct with your kids to carving out space for self-care and even indulging in a little pop culture escape. It's all about real conversations with moms who get it because we're all about thriving, not just surviving. So take a breath, grab a drink, and join us, your Bougie Mom Friends.
What's up? Happy 2025.
Oh, girl.
Are you ready?
I am so fucking ready.
Are you cleansing? Or
Cleansed.
Are you like, do you feel brand new, bitch?
I do. I love a new year. I love a new year. I love a new planner. I love a new, fresh, cleaned house. I'm ready for it.
So I have a new year, new conspiracy for you. So the original new year was in the spring. If you think about it, what's coming anew? Like babies, you know, like that's when all the calves are born, right? But if you think about the calendar, like September, what is that? 7. So if the calendar started in March, September would be 7, not 9. October is 8.
I'm so lost.
So count from March, April, May, June, July, August, September. That's 7. So if the new year started in March, September would be the 7th month.
Okay.
Sept. So the first SEPT is Latin for 7. You know how like some of our words have like
yeah.
Okay, so like oct, it means 8. October would be the 8th month, and it is if you count from March. And Deci is 10.
What does that have to do with?
That the new year was actually in March.
So our new year hasn't happened yet?
Technically, no.
So this is like the pre-new year. We're like revving up.
I mean, doesn't it make sense? I mean, like our whole calendar is based off of this, and then they changed it because of like the Christians were trying to win over like the pagans and paganism, and the pagans celebrate New Year in January.
Okay.
It's a whole thing.
I'm going to look into that.
Yeah.
I mean, it honestly makes sense. I always wondered that, like back in the day, like who developed the months? Like obviously, like back in the the day, it was like the sun, the stars.
Sure.
That's what developed the calendar. And like, I'm sure it's been modernized since then.
But yeah, I had to throw in my, shake things up in 2025. All right. So we're going to do, we're very excited about this. We're going to do
I'm so amped.
In and outs list of 2024 going into so 2025. Excited. All right. You want to start?
I do.
Go for it.
My number one out list is just getting rid of the garbage that we were taught as kids. So example. The crust on your sandwich. Remember when you were a kid, your parents would say like, the crust is the best part. Eat the crust.
Yeah.
Me and James were talking about it. The crust is the same ingredients as everything else. Why do we put such a harsh plug on the crust of a sandwich?
Very true.
Like it's not made out of different ingredients. So why did our parents thrust the crust on us growing up?
Maybe it was more of a like no waste.
Maybe. Yeah. But regardless, there's so much waste in our world. My out of 2024 is falling into the buckets that were previously made from past generations that really truly don't make sense, including swearing. I don't mind saying, hey, this is an adult word, and I'm not going to swear in front of Lakin probably anyways.
Yeah.
But just having the mentality when you do slip up that you've like created this huge, it's just a word. Like who made it so bad? What's the difference between that and like sandwich? You know what I mean? So I'm basically trying to say is, long story short, all of these little niche-y things that we were like told, if they truly make no impact, I'm over it. It's out. That's not worrying about it.
Okay, you're not gonna sweat the small stuff. Basically,
I'm not sweating that kind of stuff. No.
Okay. So what's in?
What's in for 2025? Honestly, what's in for 2025 is creating my own customization in my day-to-day.
Okay.
So a lot of times I find that I've done things based on convenience. I'm going to give you an example. I like candles. I know some people don't like candles. I know a lot of people say that they're bad for you, but candles make me happy. Okay. And so typically when it comes to like those type of like cutesy things that I like in or around my home, I'll just Amazon it. I'm not doing that anymore. I'm going to the candle shop and I'm picking out a candle. I'm not just going to buy my favorite candle on Amazon. Like I want to purchase a book. I have a book that's on my list that I really want to read. I'm going to go to Barnes and Noble to get it. Like I'm going to take the time to like go back a few years, get in the car, drive, listen to the radio, and do something that I wouldn't typically do and enjoy the experience. Because it's going to give me time back to listen to a podcast or listen to the radio. And I'm not going to wait until it's convenient for everyone else because I've always done that. Like, oh, I'll just wait till we go out. No, I'm going to carve time out to do it myself.
I love that.
Yes.
Very
what about
good.
you?
Okay. So out is, I would say a lot of 2024 for me was a lot of rebirthing. It was a lot of healing old wounds that I've carried with me for a long time. So out is all that baggage that I've carried with me for so long. It's just out. Like we're processing those emotions. We're giving it back to the past and we're moving forward.
I love that. You're like shedding your skin.
Yeah, for sure. So that's definitely out. Other things that are out, I'm not here yet. So it's a little bit it's a prediction, premonition. It's a future projection for me. I haven't actually done this myself, but out is drama. And my neighbor, we went to the playground with them. Actually, here's a little story. And she's only a year older than Kalina. So she's 4, she's in VPK. And there was another family that saw us at the playground and she just happens to be in her VPK class. So then they start talking about some Sally Mae's birthday party on Saturday, Oh, and then somebody went bananas. Like one of the moms went berserko and she was like, yeah, she was texting me and I felt really uncomfortable and blah, blah, blah. And I just interjected and I was like, yeah, I'm not doing that. Like this sounds like high school all over again. She's like, it's not even the kids, it's the mom. I said, yeah, I'm not doing that. Like if you want to text me some bullshit about somebody not inviting your kid to a birthday party, I'm not going to engage it. Like I do not care if I have no friends in the classroom, but I'm not dealing with that shit.
Yeah.
Like I lived that. And y'all want to relive that shit through our kids? I mean, come on, people. Like, let's grow up. Move on. Like, why are your feelings hurt about your kid's birthday party? Like, it's just going to happen. Okay. Like, why are we starting up drama? Like,
love.
Right?
Love.
So that's just not it.
I shedded that last year personally myself.
Yeah.
And so I had almost a solid year with no drama. Like, you don't want to talk to me, don't talk to me. Right? Like like I just don't care. Like I'm just going to love people and appreciate people and be there and acknowledge you as a human. But I'm not investing in big groups of people anymore.
Yep.
And I feel amazing. Now I can look at some people that I had anger towards.
Sure.
I have no anger anymore because I have no expectation.
Yes.
Right? Like I just don't care. So now when I see people, I genuinely am like, hey, how are you doing? And I hope you're doing well. But past that question, I genuinely just don't care.
And I feel like this happened for me, particularly after having a child.
Yes.
And I don't think if I would have never had Kalina, I would be doing the same old shit.
Probably not. I probably in the same way.
I just don't have time for it. Like the drama, like with people at work and stuff. I'm just like, I don't care. Like this person is that way and that's just what it is. And I'm not giving my 2 cents or energy anymore. Like I don't care. Like that's just how they are. Like it is what
let them live their life.
Yeah.
I love that.
So yeah. And so I would say big ends for 2025 are, and we talked a little bit about this, but like focusing more on like friendship connections.
Yes.
Healthy ones, obviously. And things for me, not just like me, but like a lot of times I'll be like, oh, you know, Jay, you can go do this and stuff. And then at the end of the day, I have some animosity because it's like, well, what about me? Like I'm going to book the massage and he's going to just figure it out. And it's not him. I'm not putting this on him. It's my responsibility. You know, like if I tell him I'm going to do something, he will. But I always like, I'm like, oh, well, we'll see how the day goes. No, I'm just going to do my shit.
Yes. That's one that I brought for today too. And it kind of goes to like the customizing my life.
Yeah.
But I call it to James. And I said it yesterday and my brother-in-law started cracking up. I was like, this is not a shared experience right now. Like I was working on the podcast. I was on my laptop. I was drinking my Manhattan and I was having the best time at my in-laws on the couch in my own world. Yeah. And James started talking to me. I was like, nope, I am here in my own experience. I am not having a shared experience right now.
Yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You know, and that's okay.
Yeah, that's okay. It absolutely is okay.
Because they're having their own experiences. And instead of, like you said, having animosity, no, I'm just going to create my own. I might be running in front of you, but I'm not.
Yep. I'm doing my own shit. So yeah, I think that's very in. Also, like, you know, self-care, sauna.
Yes.
Just getting your shit in, getting it done, and just showing up the best that you can be.
Yep. One thing on my out list is I removed all of my convenience. Amazon Prime, gone.
You got rid of Amazon Prime?
Starbucks, gone.
No way.
Instacart, gone. DoorDash,
no way.
Gone.
You love DoorDash.
All of them are gone.
Really?
I refuse to even use my credit card. Like I am now like, I wanted to buy a candle. So I went to the candle store and I made James go with me, which he doesn't have to go if he doesn't want to go. I'll use my own credit card. I have my own credit. I'm fine. But like, I'm basically not going to spend money easy. Because it's just so easy.
It is.
You know, like, oh, I ran out on milk. I don't feel like going anywhere. I'm just going to Instacart it. Just tip them $5. Yeah, I bet you I'm going to save thousands of dollars.
No, absolutely.
I canceled my Amazon Prime. Now, obviously, James has one. I don't know why.
Okay.
We have a family Amazon Prime account. But I realized that it's okay to be bored because now that I've gotten rid of all of my convenience apps, I don't have anything to do. You know, so like where I would typically go to look on Amazon, I'm just like spending more time like in my journal or on my laptop doing something like productive. It's completely like so far for a couple weeks has like rejuvenated the way I use my time.
Wow. That's so insightful.
Another thing that's in is setting a schedule on my phone for apps. So I have some apps where I can utilize at any time, but I have a big chunk of apps now where I've limited myself. And after my time runs out, I'm done.
Oh,
yep.
I would love to hear like how this goes for you in the year. Like if you journal on it or something, like how do you feel like mentally?
Yeah. So far, I feel like a lot more creative, and I don't know if it's because it's the new year and I just started doing it and I'm excited for it.
Sure.
But, you know, one thing that I did with my extra time is I did a craft with Lakin.
Wow.
Like on canvas, just because I could and I had, you know, like I'm just using things around the house. I'm just doing things that I have within my own house that I haven't done in a while. Instead of just using my time doing silly stuff.
Love that. All right. That's good.
I went through a phase of sleeping too much. Like I just am really comfy.
Okay.
And so I started to fall. I used to be really good about waking up, showering in the morning, starting my day. And now that Lakin sleeps more, Mama used that time to sleep more too.
Okay.
So some days I'd wake up and not shower until like 3 or 4 p.m. when I got like a break during the day.
Yeah.
I started to set my alarm for 6 a.m. Monday through Friday to get up and shower and create a sense of schedule. And that's probably more on me because I'm remote. You know, people that get up and go to work, obviously that schedule is kind of like defaulted for you. But if you're at home, try setting your schedule to get up at the same time every single day, because I do think there's something about your circadian rhythm and having some consistency. I have more energy now during the day.
Interesting.
Than when I would sleep into like 7 or 8 a.m. sometimes and like roll out of bed.
Yeah. Oh, interesting.
Yeah. But that's my in and out list.
Okay. So I want to ask just kind of like your year recap kind of questions.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So I'm happy I bought what?
Oh, easy.
Easy.
I'm happy I bought a sauna.
Okay. That's my answer.
Is it?
Trick. Yeah.
Well, maybe that's times 2 then.
Yeah.
I'm happy I bought a sauna.
We're
I
sauna
really
bitches.
am. I really think that helped my mood. I haven't been on Prozac in months.
That's amazing.
And I really, I told my primary, I think it's because of the sauna.
Yeah.
I think that my body's detoxed some of the stress and anxiety that I would carry normally unless I had that time in the heat.
I'll tell you what, I do not sweat well. And if you don't sweat, you don't detox, right? And so Jay and I were sitting in the sauna. That man was like, it was dripping down his back within 20 minutes. I had just started sweating. He looks over at me. He's like, "Are you even sweating?" I had like dots on my forehead. That's it. He's like, "You need to stay in here longer." So I stayed another 10 minutes and that's when I started sweating, but he was just like drenched in sweat. Yeah. And I do have a problem sweating. So I think for me, he's like, "You really need this." He's like, "You don't sweat." And I don't sweat. Like even if I go outside, I really don't sweat. It has to be, I have to be outside for a long time. Yeah. And it's not a good thing because you need to sweat to, detox. So for me, I think it's essential.
Yeah.
So
I have another thing I'm happy about that I purchased is my own personal laptop.
Okay.
I typically would only use my laptop at work, but I only use it for work. And so having my own personal laptop, and now granted, yes, we have a podcast and we have a business, right? But even just outside of that, I find myself more connected to the world in a better way with my own laptop. Like I'm actually I'm not big on TV. I never have been unless I'm watching something stupid at the end of the night.
Yeah.
But I'm more in tune with like the news. I'm more in tune with myself and my organization. I don't spend it shopping. Like I really do only spend it to make myself better. But buying your own laptop, if you just use work and you're obviously not going to do everything on that laptop. Yeah. For me has been a game changer.
Okay.
Even just writing down notes, like I wrote a whole solo episode, and I just took time to think about what's on my mind. So it's kind of quasi journaling, but
okay. I guess if I have to pick another one, I mean, the sauna was like the best thing. If I had to pick another thing that I bought, then I am like a freak Disney pin trader now. Like,
oh my gosh, we're back to this. I thought you were done with this.
Oh no. Listen.
So for those that don't know, you physically buy pins. Oh my gosh, here it is.
Oh, this is just like one of like 30 million. I am completely in the rabbit hole, dug deep. There's this app. It's called Whatnot. And on this Whatnot app, there are people who sell Disney pins. And I spend a lot of time on there. These are what I took on the Disney cruise to trade. Actually, I have a very fun story. So when Jay and I, we went on the Disney cruise, they had one pin trading event. And of course it was during the dessert. We had a dessert experience, like Michelin star dessert experience. And that's when the pin trading event was. And we decided to get the dessert wine to go with it. We shared one dessert wine. So it was like 3 glasses of wine, like pour, not glasses,
Yeah.
you know, like we shared like 3
tastings.
samples. Yeah. So we shared that, and I don't drink anymore. So I was like, woo, you know, and so by the end of it, I was like, I wonder if the pin trading event is still going on, because it was scheduled for an hour and we finished right at the end of the hour. So I run myself to the gift shop where the pin trading event was happening. And there were a few stragglers still there, pin trading. And there was this man there, and he had this, like, you think that's nothing. He had this ginormous binder thing, and he had the whole binder full of pins. And I was like, oh my gosh, can I look at it? And so I'm looking through it. And so my main collection is Nana from Peter Pan. And it's because I have an emotional connection to that, because Yuki was my Nana when I had Kalina.
Aww.
Like when I was breastfeeding, he would stay up with me.
Aww.
And he'd put his little head on my leg while I was breastfeeding. So I felt less alone. So I felt like, so we called him Nana, because he was, you know, like with me and Kalina. And so because I collect Nana, so I collect Peter Pan. And he had this like beautiful, I hadn't seen it, a Peter Pan like Christmas tree. And it has like the ornaments on it from Peter Pan. Like there's a ship and a pirate thing. Anyway, so I was like, I really want that. And I did my first ever pin trade with someone. I was very nervous about it, because I was kind of tipsy. I was like, hey, I really like this. And so he picked one of my pins and we did a little pin trade.
That's so sweet.
Yeah.
See, now I understand the pinning.
And so the man that he told me his story about how he's been pin trading for his kids. He's been collecting for his kids for 30 years.
Aww.
And so the kid just moved. He's a grown kid now. He's like 30. He moved to like outside Orlando. He's like, hey dad, do you sell my pins? He's like, okay, I'll take those. And he said he just took them. And now like his son's like back into it, pin trading, has all these like cool vintage pins and stuff. So it's kind of like a cool like thing to do. And Kalina's very into it.
Yeah, it's like you can pass it down, like literally.
Yeah, like she likes Frozen. So we've been collecting Frozen pins, and she'll be like, I want to see the pins. And she'll look at them. She'll be like, those are my pins. These are my Frozen pins.
That's so cool.
Anyway, so that's something else I'm glad I bought. I'm sure if you asked JJ if he's glad I bought it, he would say absolutely not.
Yeah, he's like, it's like collecting rocks.
Yeah, I know. So, but they do go up in value. Like there's some
I'm sure
vintage pins that are like, I'm not even kidding, like $20,000.
Holy shit.
For a pin. So anyways, so that's something else that we've ventured into in 2024. And I'm sure it's going to take a very strong hold on our family.
That's awesome.
All right. So with that, what is something you are proud of?
Something that I'm proud of from the last year, I think honestly, is trusting my gut instinct when it comes to Lakin and his sports. Okay. I got so much crap when Lakin was little for putting him in soccer. He was like 18 months.
Really?
And everyone was like, he's too young, Celia. He's too young. You're pushing him. My boy is an athlete. Okay. He is an athlete. He went down the big boy hill in snowboarding. And it's a big hill. Yeah. And he went all the way down by himself today.
Wow.
And I was just like, he's just so good at sports, like hockey, soccer. We went to a hockey exhibit in a museum yesterday, and he loved it. And so everyone that hated on me for getting my boy into sports young can eat it.
There you go.
Because I have a straight up Olympian on my hands.
There you go.
And I think that's one of the things I'm proudest of is I equally allowed him to lead his life, because everyone says your job as a parent is to allow your kids to make decisions.
Yeah.
And I let him do that. And I saw the benefit. And I think that there's no age too young to start doing that. Okay. Obviously, you're parenting, but I let him lean into it. I'm really proud of that, honestly.
Oh, good. Love that for you. I would say for me, what I'm proud of most is doing this podcast.
Yes.
This is very, very not, this is not a Cami thing at all. And it's become like very second nature. So
I know. I remember your first podcast.
Little girl.
You were like, I'm not good at this. I'm like, literally, like, you'll get the hang of it. And then now it's just like, I can't picture us not having this podcast. And the fact that people listen to it, you know, like that's what really geeks me out is like, we're not just talking to ourselves.
Yeah.
We know there's people behind that actually like want to have a break with us.
Yeah. And I'm really proud of that too, actually. You know, like we've done that, but also like we have some like really good friends.
Yes.
Like I've had some really, really good friends, you know, throughout life that have really like leaned into this and they really support the podcast. And it's very like, you know, it's all love and it's all, so they really, really like the support really, really, really means a lot to me.
Yeah. Same. I feel like I haven't had as much one-to-one knowing who those people are on my side.
Yeah.
But I remember I told you, like I walked into a work event and someone that I've worked with for a while walked up and she said something about the podcast and how she listens to it. And I've had some other people reach out and say like, hey, I don't feel alone. And I'm just like, so I understand what you mean by like when people do come forward and say that they're like listening, that it really means a lot.
Yeah, for sure. Okay. What are some lessons you learned?
Lessons I learned in 24. Honestly, that jerks are going to be jerks. Yeah. There's just some people that you're not going to vibe with in this world. And like going back to like feeling healed, like I genuinely feel like I created such a strong boundary for myself that I've been able to like just only care about my own story. But I did learn that like some people are just unhappy and they just want it out for you. Everyone's got it.
For sure. No, yeah. I would say, what did I learn this year? I learned that I have like a lot more emotional baggage deep down that I realize. And so dealing with that. So I learned that. And I learned that I can do hard things.
Yeah. Like
and
what?
I can like this podcast.
Yeah.
I can challenge myself.
I would say another thing I learned this year is having a therapist is kind of cool. You know, I've been with my therapist for over a year now.
Yeah.
She says some things sometimes that are like motherly, not so much like, you know, just listening.
Therapist. Yeah.
And, you know, I think by nature, when someone gives you, I don't want to say like opposing advice, but just has you think outside of what you're thinking, right? Like a lot of times you're first to be like, oh, no, you don't know. And like this whole year, I've told myself to be open to everything and to like actually listen when people give advice and like see different people's points of view. Yeah. And so I went into the experience obviously with that mindset and coming out of it, like there's a lot of decisions I thought I was going to make that I didn't because I talked through it with someone else. Yeah. And I got a different perspective or just listened to, you know, her experiences or her, you know, conversations with other patients and stuff like that. And it's been amazing for me.
Good.
Yeah.
Love that. Okay. So kind of counter to that, what are some mistakes you made this year?
Mistakes I made this year, I would say is getting defeated with myself in the workplace. I've been with my company for a long time. And I think anytime you're in one place for a long time, you start to wonder like, what am I doing? Am I doing a good job? Like, what more could I be doing? Am I spending the time doing what I should? It's just work. You know what I mean? You spend most of your life doing it. And I think a lot of the mistakes I made was worrying about things that I just don't need to worry about, you know? I think when you see the world and you see layoffs and you see things happening outside of like your own situation, you just start to get very like, what am I doing? Like, you know what I mean? You just kind of get it in your head. Stressed. Yeah. And, you know, I made a lot of mistakes, I think, for myself, just worrying about things I didn't need to worry about because I'm seeing other things happen to other people, not in my company, just in general. But that weighs on me, at night. And it
Right.
weighs on me because I'm like, I'm always in my head like, wow, what if something happened to James, or what if something happened to me? And like Lakin's going to go his 18 more years of school and I'm already 40. Like I'm also like 40 in digital marketing. Like what happened? Like how do I stay up to date with everything? I'm just like constantly in my head about work, and it's silly.
Yeah, I get it. What are some mistakes I made? I would say like obsessing about this.
God, I can't even remember going back. You used to text me like daily, like micromanaging like what we were doing.
I was like so obsessed.
I forgot about that. You'd be like, why did you post that? Or like, we shouldn't be posting that. And I'd be like, oh shit, this is stressful.
I don't give a shit anymore. I'm just like, whatever.
I wouldn't say that's mistakes though, because it's like a whole new.
It was learning, a lot of learning for me.
It's just, and we're still doing it. You know what I mean? Like it's like, there's so many different people that tell you, and we still haven't figured it out, but we're doing good. But it is hard. Like that would be like me walking into a hospital and like having to like take care of a patient. Like I wouldn't know what to do.
Yeah, it's completely out of my like realm of
I totally forgot about that.
Okay.
That's like Q1 2024.
You probably blocked that shit out.
That's so funny.
I know. All right. And then to close this out, what do you want for 2025?
What do I want for 2025? This one's easy. I want me back. Like I really do think a year having the year after the baby's for the baby. I think the first 2 years in is like you're kind of getting yourself back, but I really don't think you get yourself fully back until your child's like 2+.
I agree. Yeah.
So for me, I want myself back. I am getting there.
You're getting there.
But I want, like, this year we're going to the House of Aya, which is a trip without the kids, without our husbands. Like that's something I would have done before a kid. Any day of the week. Been there.
Yeah.
Like taking time to just, like you said, not wait for convenience to do something for yourself, because we're always so like family unit that it's easy to not get in the habit of being a you unit sometimes too.
This is so for me, it's a little bit more spiritual. Okay. What I want for 2025. So I want to kind of dive a bit deeper. I feel like I'm kind of like a fair weather Christian. Like I am a Christian. We don't go to church. I think that's just kind of like the introvert in me. I don't really like people.
I get what you mean.
Not that I don't like people. I just don't like, you know what I mean? Yeah. Like the social settings, like I'm just like, not for me. But I do enjoy like sermons, like listening on, I on my Spotify or like on the TV or stuff like that. Like that's more of like my comfort zone, but I've never really actually like read the Bible. And so I want to kind of do that this year. Read some, and I want to kind of have a more relationship. Like everyone talks about having a relationship with God. And I don't really like, you know what I mean? Like I don't really like I have one, but not like I feel like it should be.
We've been going to a Catholic church for a little bit, and we haven't gone in a while because Lake and his sports interfere with the timing, and it's really tough to go even earlier, which are the only available times just because like we have to sleep. Yeah. But we, after January 26th, we'll have our Sundays open back up. But I went to Starbucks, and there's a man that sits behind us at church because we always typically sit at the same spot, and he was there. And I was I was like, and he's like, how are you? And my whole day shifted just in that moment. I love our church so much. And like both James and I were not, I mean, I went to a Catholic church when I was younger. And like, I get it. Like, I think you really have to find a community that works for you. And like, we just happened to find ours. And I just love the people and I love the pastor. I just love it. But I'm excited for you, especially if you find, a place to go and like you like the vibe. It really makes it different, when you walk into a church versus walking into like a community that you like.
Yeah.
But I love that. Look at us. We are really coming into our own. We might have made it as a 1920s housewife, you know?
Yeah, with a little bit more razzle dazzle.
I always wonder though, like if they had razzle dazzle and we just don't know.
Just don't know about it. I don't know. This reminds me of like Virgin River. Do you watch Virgin River? I love Virgin River. That is probably like the most old lady thing about me. I love it. It is like, what I love so much about the show is that it's multi-generational.
Okay.
So like all the shows we tend to watch tend to be, you know, our age, 20 somethings, 30 somethings, whatever. And then everyone else just kind of like don't really exist, or the grandma that sits in a chair and like is doing needlepoint. But the old women on this show are a focal point, and they have personalities, and they're funny, and they're like not overweight and in wheelchairs. Like they are functioning people of society, and they have like complex you know, they're people, and they're like a focal point in the series. And this season they were like, there was a bachelorette party. Obviously they weren't invited to that. And they had their own they have a little knitting circle. Okay. And they're like, we're going to celebrate life. And so they got wine and they got drunk. These ladies, they were having the girls. There was about 6 of them. And then they started about like, what's the best you ever had? And then they're like, what are we talking about here? And they're like, we're talking about dessert. And then one of the ladies were like, no, just because we're old doesn't mean we have to do that like this. Like, let's ask the real questions. Who's the best you ever had in bed? And then they all went around and started like,
and what's this
talking
called?
about like Virgin River.
I'm going to have to look this up. This sounds
You
fun.
have to watch this up. So then it's also like a drama. Okay. And so there's like a drug guy who does, it's everything you ever want in a show.
Okay.
You know, it's got feel good moments. It has drama. It has sadness. It has loss. It is great. I think it's the most well-rounded. It's on season 6. It has been renewed for season 7. You know, there's like steamy sex. People rip off their clothes. It's like soap opera meets the Golden Girls.
Oh my goodness.
Highly recommend.
Okay. So if you want, I have an equivalent-esque of this type of show. It is my favorite show of like the boomer generation. It's called Keeping Up Appearances. And I just looked. You can watch it on Prime Video. Okay. But I want you to watch an episode of Keeping Up Appearances. Her last name's Bucket, but she won't admit that it's Bucket. So when she answers the phone, she's like, Bouquet residence. And she just lives to impress. And it's a British comedy. Okay. But her husband is my James. Okay. And now that I look back, I used to love watching this before I ever got married. And maybe that's why I married James.
Maybe it is.
Because
you loved it so much.
I just loved it so much, and he's my James. But watch an episode of it. Okay. It's so good.
Okay, cool.
So funny.
Well, that's what we have to leave you.
Yep.
With.
Yep.
What to watch.
What to watch.
In 2025.
Our in and out list. Have a wonderful week. This Thursday, we have Nuvatru, which is going to talk to us about our gut health in the best way possible. She's also a working mom. Yep. She's really impressive, honestly. She has a great personality.
She does. Yeah.
Dr. Lahana. So we hope you enjoy. We'll talk to you guys next week.
Bye.